welcome to the first episode of the Gwaint and Draig podcast. So, I'm Evan, and I'm the host for this podcast for today. And a fun fact about me is that to my parents' wedding, I came dressed up as a pirate.
I'm Isabel, and my fun fact is when I was in primary school, I tripped off a stump in the ground and cut my leg open. You'll also find that my fun facts are very sad sometimes.
That's depressing. I don't want you back on the podcast.
My name is James, and a fun fact about me is that I work in spoons.
That's not a fun fact. That's just trivial. All right, we'll move on.
Spoons is fun.
We'll just move on.
Can't judge until you work in spoons.
I'm Jack, and a fun fact about myself is I'm from God's Valley and the village of Kevin Engoid.
Right, well, we're going to have to explain to the pair of you what a fun fact is. You've just said
It
where
is a
you're
fun
from.
fact.
The valleys are fun.
And you've just explained your employment. Right. Okay. So as I said, this is the Gwaint and Draig podcast. This will be a weekly podcast where we talk about random rubbish as well as our own personal interests and current topics.
I feel we should include that there will be another person who will appear called Liam. We'll introduce him next time. He just couldn't be here today.
It couldn't be here today, so we filled it in with James Evans, or as we like to call him, Birdie. So
I hate it.
we're starting off strong, boys and girls.
Get Birdie trending on Twitter.
Please don't.
Get Birdie big. Right, Birdie big. Big Birdie. I love it. Right.
Ligma birdie.
So, first of all, because it is the... Did you say Ligma Birdie? Right, okay. Oh, my. This is not going to be fun.
Oh, James, get me out of
For
here.
everyone still listening and is actually interested, we will try to do some serious conversation now.
Good luck.
So, right, this is our first segment now. We are going to do first impressions of everyone. So, I'm going to start, and I'm going to give my first impressions of all of you when I first met you. And we'll go around the room then, so now the audience will have a clear idea of who we are and if they should continue to listen to us after the information we have.
You decide.
It's true. I'm going to start with Isabel, and I've known Isabel the longest. She is my partner at the moment.
At the moment.
I know, that's a really bad word. I've actually thought of that. We can't. I'm not going to edit that out.
On
Please
next
keep
week's
that in
episode.
there. Keep that in. They broke up.
Yeah.
No.
Right. I've known Isabel since 2018, I want to say, 2018. We began dating 2 years ago, going on 3.
Oh.
And my first impressions of you, or the first time I met you, should I say, I can't remember you because I was too busy playing cards. However, when I actually sat down and spoke to you, was on the trip to London, and I remember just bullying you based on your shoes, and I was a horrible person. And
Still are.
what do you mean, still am? You're not coming back on the podcast. I mean that. The first guest appearance, you've been here, 10 minutes? And you've ruined it. And I think that you, Isabel, were very lovely, and you were very talkative. However, as you said yourself, most of your comments were about family members and recent passings.
Oh yeah, I'm going to mention that.
Yeah,
That
those
is
were the
going to
best.
be how I first met you.
That's concerning. Birdie.
Buddy, buddy, buddy.
You...
And you told me off for singing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So now he knows the vocalist of the podcast.
I hate that name so much, and no one's going to get given context for that.
So
No one.
the first person I actually met in university was James. It was the first person, my least favourite person I met the day. However, the first
Understandable.
time I met you, James, I thought you were a very big drama, enthusiastic man. And I thought you were very outgoing, and you were too friendly for my liking. You were just too friendly. You were too talkative. It was early in the morning. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be here. And then I just had this loud man going, "Oh, where are you from? What have you done? Have you done any of this before?" It was too loud. And I was probably very blunt to him, now I think about it.
You still are.
I'm very blunt.
He loves me now.
Mr. Pugh.
Oh, no, here he is.
Mr. Pugh, you came to me in a group of people. You and Liam, you came to get in a group
Yeah,
together.
we did. Yeah, we met outside.
And I remember seeing you and assuming you were a gym lad. And after then seeing your Instagram, I assumed you were some sort of like playboy
That's
sort
like
of
99% of my first impressions.
typical, however, I have learned that Jack is a massive nerd. As you will soon find out later today.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Is
just
that
wait.
Jack, as I said, he fantasizes a lot about Star Wars and anything related to that. However, you were very kind on the day. You were very nice. I enjoyed having a drink with you. James was nice. I'd like to point that out because James did just give me a scowl from across the room. James was very nice. However, he was too outgoing with his friendliness. Yeah, he was too much first thing in the morning. If I met, say, Jack first, I probably would have thought Jack was the same. However, just say James had the unfortunate of meeting me when I wasn't too happy.
Nothing's changed.
No, I still think you're too outgoing.
Oh.
Yeah. Isabel, do you want to continue? First impressions?
Yeah, okay. So, Evan, first impressions of you. Well, the very boring answer is you were quite to yourself and quite grumpy because, like I said, the first time I saw you was when we were playing cards with your ex.
Yeah.
But the funny one of when I got
don't
to
you
talk
can't tell
to
them that. You can't.
I'm going to tell
you
them.
can't.
They deserve to know. So basically, I'd lost my grampy in December of 2018, and we went on the media trip in February of 2019. And I had a bracelet that was like for a charity that raised awareness of cancer. And I had it on my wrist.
It gets worse.
And I was in the line after going to this award ceremony that we'd gone to, and Evan goes to me, got a child's bracelet on your wrist.
So I heard that in his voice as well.
And I laughed, and I said, that is actually the bracelet that raises awareness on cancer, because I'd recently lost my grandfather to cancer. And if he didn't want the whole world to swallow him up, I don't know what he would have wanted.
What did he look like then? From
he
what was his
looked
face?
like his face was similar to how it is now, just pure embarrassment and humiliation. And as much as I tried to reassure him that it was funny and it was nice because it was the first time I laughed after losing my grampy, he didn't want to hear it.
You still ended up dating me, so that's your own fault.
Yeah,
really.
in all fairness, I think that was it then.
Also,
Clearly.
none of this is making it on. I'm not having any embarrassing
Yes,
comments
you
about me.
are.
It's not going on.
That's bias, right?
Yeah.
there.
So then I'll move on to James or Birdie.
We need a birdie count going on now.
Don't you dare start talking about counts.
Go on, first impressions of James, go on.
He was very tall.
That's it.
I think that's everyone's first impression of me.
But then it was also, like, I mean, Evan found it annoying at how outgoing and confident he was. I found it very comforting. Because when I first meet people, I'm quite shy and to myself. And then when someone is in the group and they're quite confident and they speak to me, it helps me come out of my shell more. So Birdie was tall and comforting, in a not weird way, you know?
Just saying that makes it sound weird.
Yeah.
The fact you have to specify not in a weird way.
Well, now I've made it weird, so I hope you feel uncomfortable.
Now the audience will think you are weird sometimes.
Oh, sometimes.
Mr. Q.
And then
Wait
no,
till
yeah.
they find out me.
Yeah.
meeting Jack for the first time, he liked to wear bright shirts, t-shirts. I think he had a yellow one on or like a red one on,
red,
and it was
yeah.
quite bright.
That didn't last long, that.
It was your Adidas one.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And then he spoke to me, and I was like, fucking hell, that is a deep voice.
It's the Queen of the Valleys, he says,
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah, get used to that.
And I was like, I already like you just because of how deep your voice is and how you will like play on it and just, be like, yeah, well, it is what it is. It's deep, but
The audience is going to have a nightmare because I'm not going to be able to translate what he says because there's no screen that will be shown. I'll speak in mumbles. Go on, James.
Just speak properly, just deep.
Good God. James.
Okay,
We're gonna have fun with Mitch because
Yep.
your quotes are just gonna go on shirts or whatever.
Yeah, this is about 5 so far. He's very deep, or don't start a count. Like, it's gonna. Well,
it's just stuff people aren't going to understand if they got given context, and you're not going to get any. My first impression
sass.
of Mr. Evan Farr, I remember him mentioning Doctor Who. Like, we were in a circle, and it's like, oh, tell us something about yourself, something you did in summer, and he talked about watching loads of Doctor Who from the beginning, like First Doctor.
I did,
to modern.
yeah.
I remember that, and I remember falling in love with the man. Because of this. Because of
Ooh.
his obsession with Doctor Who.
Really?
Because I love Doctor Who myself. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. And also another thing I remember, Evan, I don't know if you said it the day we met, but I just remember you mentioning your love for wolves.
yeah, probably was.
So-
Probably was.
You mentioned Doctor Who, I was like, oh yes, and then you mentioned wolves, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, James is a Cardiff supporter.
Yeah, so I called him a wanky wanderer.
There
I
is,
think you didn't like me for that.
No, I still don't. There's a rivalry. There is a rivalry, and one of us is in the Premier League though, so it's either way.
Yeah, and one of us is probably going to go down to League One. Don't get me started. Moving on, Isabel.
Yes.
Oh, she's just lush, isn't she? No, well, what can I say about Izzy? When I first met Izzy, she just seemed really like, you know, like when you just see someone, you're like, they seem really like nice. Like they seem like someone you just want to go up to and give a hug.
I love
And the
hugs.
funny thing is, every time I see Izzy now, I can't speak anymore. The first time I see her, hug,
I love hugs.
hug. God, I love a hug. She's a very huggy person.
I am.
A very huggy person.
Very huggy person.
That
I
could be a
like
quote.
that.
Or Cutchy,
actually.
Cutchy.
I don't
Cutch.
like Cutchy.
I like
Cutchy, you don't like
Cutchy.
Cutchy?
No,
Oh,
I
it's
don't
a
like the word
Welsh.
Cutch.
I like
Proper
Cutchy.
Welsh. Cutch is such a
Yeah.
cute word. Speaking of cute.
I don't
Speaking of cute, you're going to
Jack
describe
Boo.
Jack.
Shampoo. Oh, he's a little cute.
think I
bless
was
him.
cute.
I still think you are.
Oh, babes.
Oh, come on.
Yes, PG now.
Sorry.
PG.
I've already sworn. That's out the window. So, Jack Pugh. He just looked like Chad, didn't he? Like, you just look at the man and you think, oh,
Did you say Chad or Chav?
Chad.
Okay.
Do you want me to call him a Chavy Chad?
No, I
He didn't look like Chav. Well,
I mean, his dress sense is a little
okay,
bit
he doesn't.
sometimes.
When you first see Jack, he doesn't look how he is. He looks like a lad's lad. Oh, come here, girl, yeah.
I see
Like
that.
like, especially his
He's got a point,
Instagram.
he's got a
Don't get me
point.
started on his Instagram. Like that profile pic, him pouting. He thinks he's some sort of model, like Zoolander, Blue Steel, and all that.
Do you
shit.
think I am a model? I am a model.
We will link everyone's
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah, we
so
link
you
it.
can go and bully us.
Right, Birdie Car.
On that note, Jack can talk now. After he's just saying he's a model. He loves himself,
I'm not egotistical, I promise.
so he should.
Yes, you are.
So, Mr. Farr,
Yeah.
when I first seen you, I think overall my first impression of people are still quite solid to this day. So
Oh
I think
God, here we go,
Mr.
right.
Farr, when I saw you, I thought you were gonna be like, I think you're quite strong-headed, you're quite level-headed. So I could feel like,
Is it because I bullied James?
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel
I'll
like
just take it.
Yeah. Oh,
I feel like
James.
I feel like you wouldn't take no grief. You wouldn't take any. You would you'd stand your ground whenever. Quite strong, level-headed.
You've seen me do that a few
Yeah,
times
yeah.
with James.
So who's got the high ground?
Oh, James,
And I
please.
learned, and then I liked how passionate you were about sports.
Yeah.
I like your face little glow when you talk about it. And I find it quite nice.
Oh.
So yeah, I think when I saw you, I saw a very strong-headed person
Thank you.
and a warrior indeed.
A warrior.
Izzy. When I first met you, again to this day, I thought I could come to you about any problems. I thought I could come to you and you would you'd give me a cuddle if I was down. And I thought if and I just feel like you were always smiling. That was very lovely to see. And
doing
still,
it
and then to this day, you're still always smiling.
So
Mine
you
are
make
white.
me cry.
Mine are all quite short, sweet.
She would cry, so please don't.
I really
No.
would.
Oh no.
Mr. Barry Island himself, right? Mr. Booty.
The context from Barry.
When I saw you again, I thought he looks very, very energetic. Because as soon as we all came upstairs, you were just smiling, and I think you
See
did.
what I mean?
I think you went hi. You know, like the
Yeah.
like the introduction he does. Yeah. And I saw that, and I thought you're energetic, but no, I'm going to get on with you because I feel like your energetic output
Yeah.
is kind of gonna reach mine as well.
It's making me sound like Jim Carrey.
That's my point.
Yeah, so I
You
feel
do strike me as a Jim Carrey kind of.
Yeah.
Oh,
personality.
James.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So I feel like everyone's first impression of each other it was like they're all quite similar. I feel like it's like strong-headed, cuddly. I just had the word in my head. Energetic and egotistical. Apparently,
The main thing we can take from all of this is that everyone has said that Isabel cuddles everyone. You cuddle lots of men. Is the
Whoa.
Hey,
No.
whoa.
swiftly moving on before I get a slap.
We're not.
Because I'm going to get slapped otherwise. Is we have a hat game now. Now, this is a fun game where we have a set of questions. We've got 8 questions, and we're going to take it in turns of pulling one out of this hat. And they are
It's not a hat.
It's not a hat, it's a pencil,
It's a pencil
case.
case.
Yes, I know.
Don't
I know.
lie to listeners.
But they can't see the hat.
Pencil case game.
It's a pencil case.
It's a pencil case shaped
Yeah,
hat.
but technically, if I put it on my head, then it becomes a hat.
A pink hat.
Please
with
don't put it on
cats
your
on
head.
it.
Yeah. It's,
I love cats.
yeah, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
We can discuss that later.
Yeah,
in
we
the,
can discuss how.
Actually, it looks like a Doge. They're like the top one. It looks more like a Doge than a cat.
It's a Japan cat, I think.
It's a loaf.
Yeah.
Now,
Would anyone like to go first in the game? All right, Isabel, you volunteered to go and pick it up. Why are you not looking in that? If the credits, she's closed her eyes as if like they're already folded. And you wrote the questions. You know full well what's going to be asked.
Not really. I forgot most of them.
That's good. That's good. Go on. What does it
Okay.
say?
If given the chance, would you live your life differently, and why? Certain aspects I would. Other aspects, no, entirely not. I mean, like, because I'm a firm believer that, like, my trauma has brought me.
We've got a down roller coaster, boys and girls. Yeah.
I was hoping for a different question. This is getting deep now.
I know. Your first question. You've depressed yourself.
No, I think certain aspects of my life that caused trauma and that has made me who I am and has put me on the path to what I'm doing now. For example, I think even like losing my gran and dropping out of uni until like pushing it back a year has made me more responsible and pushed me to want to do this podcast. Therefore, I think overall, no, I don't think I would. I changed my answer. I don't think I
don't
would.
think you would. No.
No.
And you're confident. Final.
I am confident.
Deadlock, stick it in.
Yep.
Deadlock final
I-
answer.
Stick it
You
in.
don't need to deadlock it because I can't change your life. You're down this path anyway. I would change my life. I think personally, I would buy a sword, and I would go and claim another crusade. That would be the one change I'd make about my life. Own a sword and go on a crusade again.
Here comes the night obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seekers.
A recurring theme.
Okay, new answer.
Through
I
Mr.
would
Farr.
change my life. So the first introduction of James, I hit him one. That would be my answer. There you go. Mr. Pugh, go on, Jackie
Ooh.
boy.
So when you say live your life differently, are we talking about in this day and age or just...
Well, yeah, this day and age,
This
if there's
day and age.
anything
Well,
you could
like
do.
overall, really, like if you had like a magic wand, say.
I wouldn't want to live my life differently personally. I'm quite happy where I am. I'm quite happy with my life right now.
Yeah.
But if I had to, I'd say this is the weirdest answer I'm ever gonna give. I want to live like an American, like a generic American like high school kid.
Why would you want to do that?
Why?
Because
No, I get that.
No.
I
think we've
would-
ever done this one.
No, because but I feel like I'd want to be like a jock in the film.
What?
I play American football. I
Zac
play
Efron.
basketball.
American
yeah.
football?
Yeah, I want to play. I want to wear the varsity jackets.
Like
I
every-
love to do
Whoa,
that.
whoa.
There's more opportunity for like after school clubs
Yeah.
and shit. Like in high school, I had fucking none of that.
I know just like I know that you have 4th of July, you have all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. A generic American movie kid sort of
Yeah.
life.
You had prom like every single.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
a big fan of High School Musical by any chance?
No, well,
Why don't
I
you-
believe we're all in this
Why
together.
don't you just grow up and just play football? I don't care if any American people are watching this. You're horrible people.
Okay, and now we've just lost our
Soccer.
entire
No, we have no American following.
Yeah.
Well, you can,
wipe 'em out.
as we said to James, if you want to get birdie trending, do that. But while you're at it, get me cancelled on the first episode. Doesn't bother
I
me.
don't think you heard what I just said.
What did you
I
say?
just said wipe him out.
Wipe the Americans out.
James.
Yeah.
I'm not being serious. The fact I
Yeah.
had to say that.
Yeah, do you know what, James, go on then. If you would change anything about your
If I
life.
could change anything about my life, I'd be a top shagger.
I'll
do you mean?
No, that's not the serious answer. If I could change
I'll give you
anything...
some tips.
Tips?
If you need me.
What kind?
You're going to shag James.
Show and tell.
No, that's not my serious. That's not my
Show
serious
and tell.
answer. In terms of that portion of my life, that's whatever.
No, you don't want to change it.
No, I want to change something, and that's acting wise. I wish I did more out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'll
did more extras,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Because you look at youngsters getting big roles, and you're like, oh my god, she's younger than me, and she's in a role that I would love.
Yes.
Like Doctor Who.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Millie Gibson, who's playing the new companion, Ruby Wednesday.
I don't know, I'm afraid.
Is it Ruby Wednesday? Something like that. And she's 18.
No.
And that scares me.
Yeah.
Because there's never been a companion younger than me. And I'm making
Until
myself,
today.
I'm making myself sound old. I'm only 20. I find it scary I'm the youngest one here.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel
Yeah,
right.
you are.
Especially when I looked older.
It's only by a year, though, so...
Yeah, still.
No, it's not. It's to give it on 2 years, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Don't make yourself younger ever.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
You can't
right.
change time. You're not Doctor Who.
Right, go
Mr.
on.
Fry, you a question?
Yes, I will pull one out the hat. Let's have a gander. Let's have a look. Right. You folded these like way too much. Like I can't even.
They're cleverly folded, I don't know.
Oh,
Thank you.
what is your favourite Minecraft block and why?
Oh,
My favourite Minecraft block. This you can tell a lot about a man.
Oh no.
Personally, I'm a very big fan of sandstone. Polished sandstone is my favourite, just because I like using it for my temples, and I think that's quite cool. However, I do quite like the idea of having fences so I can trap the villagers and make a sort of slave farm for them. That's my
Evan.
favourite. That's what you do. You make a slave farm, and what you do is you get them to trade. That's what you do. Anyone that's played
You
Minecraft.
didn't have to refer to it as that.
What do you
did
call it then? What do you call
You
it?
could have just said making trade.
Well, no, because then that is like slave camp because you've locked them away. So even what I've said, I've done it correctly.
This is good for this impression.
Jack, favourite Minecraft block?
for the Minecraft block.
You can't say a sheep just because you're Welsh because that's not a block.
I won't stand for that racism. I got like it's either between the blue terracotta
Oh,
or bedrock.
why bedrock?
Because bedrock, I like the idea of it not being breakable. There's just something about the only block not being able to be destroyed is so interesting to me. I know it's because of a game mechanic, it's the bottom of the map, but the idea of it just being unbreakable is just funny to me. Or like imagine having bedrock armor, like unbreakable. Like
That's true, actually.
You can get mods to do that, but like
yeah,
not in
but
game.
we go vanilla. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, must but it's either between blue terracotta or bedrock. But if I have to choose, it'd be bedrock. Really?
You can't stop laughing. What are you going to say?
Everyone's going to hate me for this. I don't really play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like, I played
Wow.
it. Obviously, I've played it.
Wow.
But it's not my thing. Everyone's
about
like, Minecraft. I can't even speak. Minecraft. I'm like, no.
Okay, fine.
So if
We'll
you ask me your
change
favourite
it.
block, I'd say sand.
No, we'll change it because you know a lot more about this one. What is your favourite Among Us character? The colour, and why?
Ooh. That's really
Come on, James,
I'd
just
either
pick a
say
colour.
purple or blue.
Purple or blue? And why? That's your favourite colour?
Well, blue's my favourite colour, and purple's like my second favourite colour. And I'm wearing
Right.
purple right now.
Well, homework for you, James. Just play Minecraft, man. Just go out, just play some
No, I
Minecraft.
can't be asked for like grinding out, like making stuff, crafting. The zombies scare me to start off with. Honestly, no, genuinely, there's sounds and stuff. They don't look scary, but there's an ominous presence. Don't you dare.
What about the villagers just like, yeah.
They look like creepy motherfuckers. With those long noses.
What about decorating then?
Decorating.
Yeah, just,
Honestly, I
what if you were on
can't.
creative mode? Would you be
I
alright
just like
with
to run
creative?
around the place and scream. The spiders as well. Don't get me
Okay.
starting spiders.
So what are you doing at uni session anyway?
Spiders are like scary in any video game. I was playing
James,
Skyrim the other
James
day.
doesn't play a lot of single player
I was playing
games.
Skyrim the other day and I was like terrified.
James, that games are very old.
Right.
I know.
Izzy, what's your favourite block?
Oh, it's basic, but I'm gonna give 2 answers. So, I'm gonna say any wood block, just because.
Well, that's not just any block. Right?
Yeah, any
Words
wood
is
block.
variations.
Any wood block, I'm allowed to give that
Right,
answer
whatever.
because you can build houses and everything like that with it. And to be honest, I just think that they look simple and they're easy to use, and they're like the basics. So even if you're like James and you're a pussyhole who won't play it,
You're like a basic bitch.
Yeah.
you can get on with using a wood block. However, I also like the eggs, but specifically.
That's not a block.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't ask.
Did
Well,
I
just
ask?
answer the question properly. You can't fail the game.
And I like the ocelot egg.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that colour too.
Right, well, we can... Right, because you were so eager on Minecraft other than James, we'll just add a Minecraft section on some point in the
Yeah, we
future.
will. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll have a Minecraft episode, boys and
Yeah,
girls.
well, we all play Minecraft.
It sounds so
it's
odd
my
saying boys
turn
and
to
girls.
choose the
Well, there might be
question.
boys and girls.
Right.
I apologise.
Go on, Jack, you'll go. Pick the
I
question.
brought up my inner Arthur Shelby. Right.
Peaky Blinders. If no one's watched
Oh,
it.
yeah. What piece of media has made an impact on your life and why?
If we're going to say what piece of meat.
James.
Is it me? Is it what piece of meat? Dad, I
What
backed up
piece
your
of
life.
media?
Did you put the question back in the bag?
No, it's there.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, this is going to be a section at some point in the future, or even now. Star Wars.
Yeah,
I want to say a good 80% of my personality comes from Star Wars.
yeah.
I like, we know, me and the boys will talk about it all the time. Seen every film about 10 times over.
And
I'm
you're
more-
going to see your favourite Star Wars? For the audience at home?
My
Like, if you
favourite-
could
my-
pick a favourite like Star Wars thing to watch?
Film wise, Revenge of the Sith, easy. One of the, I think the best Star Wars film made.
Top, yeah.
Series, The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
specifically season 2, because I know season 3 is coming out, but season 2
Yeah.
would really fucking top the cake.
Yeah.
Animated show,
Well, you're giving everything.
Clone
yeah.
Wars.
You're giving the full
Well,
cake.
and Clone Wars. Especially near the end, they got a lot darker and a lot
Yeah, it
gritty,
is.
which is what I like.
It no longer became a children's show.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Especially season 7, that
Yeah.
was emotional. Mr. Farr?
Me, any piece of media that changed or had an impact on me. See, I would say Doctor Who, but that's because that was a childhood thing, and I grew up with that for a large amount of
Completely
time.
agree.
However, one that I think I quote the most or watch the most in that aspect has got to be Peaky Blinders. Just
Yes, we
because
love Peaky.
how I dress or look in some aspects is that that has shaped me, and being family members from Birmingham, and it's recording and filmed in the Black Country Museum, close to my family, has
But they're
a
not
place
from
in my
Birmingham,
heart.
though, are
No,
they?
they're from
Dudley,
but
which is not in
and the Black
Birmingham.
Country Museum's not in Birmingham; it's in Dudley. So it's exactly
Look
the
at
same
this fact
difference.
checking going on there, yeah.
I know.
So like with the Peaky Blinders, like that media related, are we allowed to talk about the distinction between bread and rum? Or is
No,
it
that's not debatable.
Alright.
We won't get talked about.
Alright, the sound.
Isabel?
Me. Okay, so 2. So the first one is SpongeBob. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I'm not shocked by that answer.
Are you
SpongeBob-
feeling now, Mr. Krabs?
SpongeBob has become my life. It is all over my social media. I quote it every day. My humor is based on SpongeBob. The most ridiculous thing ever, I will laugh at. And why? Because SpongeBob made me do it, you know? Yeah. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Are you feeling now, Mr. Krabs?
Like, whenever I have cheese on pasta or something, I'm there like, with cheese, Mr. Squidward. With cheese.
For Christmas, I got you a SpongeBob glass, and that's the most happy I've ever seen you.
Genuinely.
I've never seen you happier than with that
Genuinely.
SpongeBob glass.
Anyone buys me anything SpongeBob, and, like, I will marry you on the spot. Genuinely. Why do you think we're now...
Because I bribed you with SpongeBob.
And then the second one is Bratz. Honestly, if you sit there and you're like, I'm a Barbie fan, go away. Throw yourself in the bin.
Wow.
Call yourself basic, because that's all you are.
So, for everyone listening, that's Americans, Barbie fans, and Minecraft fans we've all annoyed so far.
No,
we're going for a hat
genuinely,
trick, boys.
And
like-
fans.
What does Barbie do? She just
right.
does several fucking jobs and calls herself queen. Okay,
Where's Pink?
calm down. That's all she does is Pink.
Will you be watching the film?
Yeah, because I like
Yes.
Margot Robbie.
I agree with this statement.
But other than that, I used to play with Barbies, but literally Barbie used to just the dolls used to just be the parents of my Bratz dolls,
Yeah.
and then my Bratz dolls were my main focus.
Great.
You've got to love Bratz. If it's Bratz or Barbie, Bratz all the way. And that is end of discussion.
Well, we'll swiftly move on to Mr. Evans. I'm glad you're at the end because you, my friend,
Mr. Evans.
you live for the cinema, you live for TV.
Yeah,
So
well,
come on.
cinema, really.
We got a
But,
cinema fanatic. If you want a cinema god, you
Okay,
go talk
so
to James.
everyone thinks I'm a movie buff because I'm cinema
That
all the
could
time.
be something that you do on the podcast.
It's
Yes.
funny though, 'cause
Please
Well,
let us know
review,
if you would like.
recommended film of the week.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you would like films from James's point of view, please ask, and we'll have a segment where James rants about that film
We'll
for you.
even make a blog, a website,
A mini review.
and
We'll even,
I actually
make,
would
we'll
love
even
that.
make a jingle.
I actually would love that, even if
Then
it's a
do
short
it.
one.
No.
But what I was going to say, TV show Doctor Who,
Mm.
easy, massive part of my childhood, and I was just fully obsessed with it. But if I had to pick a particular era I was obsessed with, definitely Matt Smith.
Mm.
2010 to 2013. I was into him in 2005 to 2010, but that's when I was fully obsessed. And I bloody love that man.
Mm.
I've met Matt Smith. He's my favourite Doctor. He's
What
just
was he like?
he's just brilliant. Oh, he's just so lush. And
Oh.
he was in Millennium Centre Doctor Convention 2012, and you get him ask him a question, and he asked him a question, and he then we had
I'm
I had an
so
autograph
jealous.
with him.
What did
I'm
you
so
ask him?
jealous.
Who's your favourite companion? It's
Who'd
really
you say?
basic. River.
Oh.
Of course he did. But it's just, I just want to ask Matt Smith a question. But yeah, I'm rambling on now. That's an idea. So, and then in terms of films, well, I'm basic. In terms of this, it's just
If you say Pulp Fiction.
no Marvel Cinematic Universe in general, the
Oh,
franchise.
that's all right. Yeah.
I'm just.
No, it's good, yeah.
It's just something about. I feel like the Marvel films, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is the reason why I go to cinema so much. If that makes any sense, it's like they come out so often every year, 3 films a year, and I'm like, do you know what? I go to these films all the time. And I love these films, but I can look into a wide range of other things, other films, and it's encouraged me to watch other things. And what's so good about Marvel, in my opinion, too, people might completely disagree. They might be like, "Oh, it's the same film every year." No,
It is.
they delve. Oh, completely disagree. They delve into different genres at times. Like sometimes it's espionage thriller, sometimes it's a sci-fi comedy, and that's what I love about them. And also the characters, and at times they got banging soundtracks. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I do agree with you there, because you can't say the films are all the same.
No,
You can say the storyline and the
at times, yeah.
No, he's getting his tamping in the corner. He's rocking back and forth.
the
No, I agree with that.
script in some ways, but
Yeah.
in terms of genres, they do always have a mix and match, and it's never
Exactly.
just the same thing.
I've also decided to change my answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Music Oasis is shaped me to
Me
be.
I'm
neither.
shocked you didn't
Yeah.
actually say music.
Yeah, oh, I thought of that just then, and I thought, yeah, Oasis, that shaped my life.
It's
Yeah,
this thing with media,
Mr. Liam Gallagher.
with our course that we do. for
If any listeners are a fan of Oasis, please send this to Liam Gallagher. But I love you. Yeah, thanks, man.
For context, we study performance media, and when we think media, we've all said TV or film.
Mm.
It's like, because what we do as a uni course, we think of TV film straight away. So that's why you have to backtrack. Oh, music too.
Yeah.
I just found that interesting.
No, it is pretty interesting.
Mr. Evans, your little
Time to
bag,
pick a question.
bag of goodies?
Hey, you.
Give it a rustle.
Give it Russell Howard.
No, just a rustle.
I used to like watching that show.
I still do. Well, I don't watch the show because I haven't got Sky, but I've seen clips.
Yeah.
I've seen a sketch he's done.
He's a funny man.
Oh, I think he's very funny.
He
man.
is a funny man.
What am I getting?
I don't know, James.
That's actually a good one.
Oh,
I
God.
actually don't know the answer. Oh, Izzy's got hers. I know her straight away. Who was your favourite cartoon character growing up and why?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah,
then?
you go
Yeah, you
first.
go, yeah. I'm intrigued.
It'll actually shock you, to be honest, because it's not SpongeBob. It's Patrick.
Oh, okay.
Still,
Still SpongeBob related.
Still within the universe.
Yeah.
she shocked us there. That was a...
Still in the universe. I don't know. Patrick, I love, because he comes across as really stupid, but like, I actually think, yeah, he's smarter than he lets on to everyone. You know, because some of the stuff he does, that is big-brained energy.
Big brain.
And I relate because I feel, especially with certain topics and the way I speak sometimes and like my essays and that, I feel I can come across as very dumb. And no, I'm not wanting everyone to go, oh no, you're not dumb. Give me attention. I'm really not. I am proud of it. You know, I have a laugh. My own head does its own thing. You know, it's funny.
Embrace it.
Yeah, I embrace it. I'm like, you all want to be smart? Okay, I'll be the dumb one then. Say less. So Patrick is just my favourite. He's my inspiration. Make a shrine of Patrick.
I'm shocked you haven't got a shrine of Patrick.
I do. I'm going to make one then.
You're going to make one?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Fair enough. Anyone else got an option, or should we just move swiftly on to me? I will go and say my favourite. I haven't got a set favourite, so I'll give you two from the same show. Mordecai and Rigby from Regular Show. I loved that show as a kid, so that will be my choice because they made me laugh during my childhood. That, and I don't watch a lot of cartoon shows, so it would have to be like a cartoon character like Rex from the Clone Wars. But like, you know, that...
Yeah, but it could have been any cartoon. You don't have to specifically think of a childhood one. It could be from a Star Wars
All right, then it's
cartoon.
Rex, then. It's Rex from the Clone Wars. He's my
Yeah.
favourite. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was Jack's favourite. Right, I'll change it. My favourite's Commander Cody. Jack, what's yours?
Well, out of the blue. Yeah, mine. I think mine has to be Rex from the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've just something about his character specifically as a clone. It just makes him stand out. You know,
His outfit's brilliant as well.
Yeah, white and blue, leader of the 501st. Definitely, probably the bravest clone there is.
Yeah.
On a close level as 99, you know, the boy, you know, he did risk his life, and he was just like the other soldiers, in some ways even better. But yeah, I know his courage and his determination. He even joined the rebellion later on. You know what I mean?
He did.
And he was at the Battle of Endor. So he's probably in the New Republic at the time of Mandalorian. So he's still kicking about. Yeah, and he's led by General Skywalker.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Rex from Clone Wars.
I've actually got one now.
There you go, James.
And
go
it
on.
makes you cringe to say it because I was so obsessed with it. I've tried to forget it. That's how much I was into it. Like, I'm so obsessed with Ben 10
Oh.
so much
Oh, that's not that bad.
that I did not want to like anything else.
Yeah.
And Doctor Who was the thing when Matt Smith came along and pulled me out of it. I was like, I don't like Ben 10 anymore. It made me dislike everything else and not make me like Doctor Who as much. And it's really bad. I was that obsessed. I wanted to be Ben 10. And
you have the Omnitrix?
Bad. Yeah, I had
The
the
Omnitrix,
Omnitrix.
yeah.
But when I just be specific though, it's like Ben 10 Alien Force.
Yeah.
That was where I was serious.
What was the
into.
original one called?
Ben 10.
I just watched that. I
Yeah,
didn't watch
Ben
any of the
10.
new ones.
It's alright, James.
Go
I
on.
know someone else who absolutely loves Ben 10, but she's not here right now.
No, well, I'm not obsessed with it anymore, obviously. That was 10 years ago. But the thing is, though, with that as well, the funny thing is, I didn't have Sky or, like, Virgin TV, so I couldn't access Cartoon Network. But I was still... He's laughing over the word Virgin.
Jack's never laughing.
I'm a very immature person, I'll admit that.
But it just felt weird. I was so obsessed with something I couldn't properly watch. It's like I just loved the toys and everything like that. Yeah.
Well, swiftly on. Isabel, it's your turn to ask a new question for you.
Give me the
Have a gander. Have a gander in the pencil case.
What's in the box?
I like how we've said it's now a box, a hat, a pencil case, a bag. What else? Come on.
Reference to 7.
I'm not gonna. I'm kind of hoping.
It's
I'm
purple
kind of
page.
hoping like Ariana Grande's phone number is on one of them
This
pieces of paper.
this is a deep one.
Ariana,
Oh,
if
Why
you're
do
listening,
I get
How
all
many
the
times have you
depressing
said the
ones?
word deep? That's my
Ariana Grande,
question.
if you're listening, hit me up.
She's not.
I know you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith.
Same reason as Liam Gallagher will be listening. As I said, we can hope, Jack.
If we get them two on the podcast,
Is it bad when you said you gotta have faith before George Michael?
I thought of that as well.
Yeah. A little bit.
I was going to say, okay,
Baby.
George.
Go on, what's the question?
What did your past relationship teach you?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why do you get all these depressed questions?
I just asked that. Like,
My
okay,
God.
James, situationship.
Oh no.
James, I'm going to give you a free pass.
yeah, you don't have to have a
James
Yeah.
in the corner is having a panic attack over this, so we'll swiftly ignore James.
Yeah.
And Isabel, what would you teach you?
It's a depressing answer, but that there are more ways of saying no. It doesn't just have to be no. And then also that just because they're your partner doesn't mean they can do anything they want to you.
That was the first time that we have been sensible and we've actually given an honest answer and not taken offence to anyone. My honest take was
You don't have
Not-
a Bible.
not to be a pushover for anyone. Right? I am higher than everyone else. I'm not going to go over and do something for someone when they have a horrible attitude.
Also,
What?
no Bible.
Yeah, no Bibles. Bibles are bad.
Hang on. This I need to know this now. What have you got against the Holy Bible?
My previous partner made me read the Bible just in order.
Very, very
for-
religious.
Very, very religious. Made me just so I could meet her parents, and she never introduced me to them. Never.
Oh,
Every
my.
time we did meet, she said it was just a friend.
That homework for nothing.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Oh well, Jack. You know.
My past relationship taught me that just because you're a good person to someone doesn't mean they'll treat you like a good person.
Yes.
You can
Yeah.
do a lot of
Yeah.
things. You can do a lot of things to someone, and they will, and that doesn't mean they'll give it you
I
back.
kind of relate to that.
Mm.
Although I've
Yes.
never been in a relationship, I kind of relate to that.
So far,
Yeah.
James, we've given you a free pass, but we'll assume you've taken Jack's one, and we'll leave it at that.
No,
No, you wanna answer?
I can answer it.
You wanna
yeah.
answer?
I've never been in a relationship, so I have to learn from that in general. The fact that I've been in one is I'm just being like patient, I guess.
Impatient.
And
yeah.
then if there's any sort of situationships, to not overthink and put
Yeah.
myself down for no reason whatsoever.
Yes.
Yeah, stop putting yourself down, boss.
Yeah.
And always blaming myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
That is a second honest one that we've given you, boys and girls.
Hang on, everything we said about liking SpongeBob and Ben 10 and Doctor,
Yes.
that was true.
That's true, but we haven't taken the mick out of it.
No.
That's true. I will move on to the next question. Next question, boys and girls. What would you sing at karaoke and why?
Hey, this is a good one.
That's a hard one. Music is a big part of my life.
You sang many bangers.
I've
on
sung
our
so many
karaoke nights
songs.
out.
I do like an Arabella by Arctic Monkeys because that just gets the song moving. However, if I was to sing a song at karaoke, I would love to sing a bit of Elvis at the moment.
Really?
Part of me would like to sing a bit of Elvis. I want to sing a little bit of Jailhouse Rock
I'm
every
not
now
sure
and
I've
then.
actually seen you. Have you done any even in karaoke?
I've never done any Elvis at karaoke. No,
You've
it's
been
usually...
like 4 or 3 times
it's
now.
usually-
No,
I
you
can't
did it once.
Did I?
Maybe
What did I
once.
sing?
Was
What
it
did I
the first
sing?
time?
Maybe, I don't
Yeah.
know.
You
In
did
Tiger
it, yeah.
Tiger.
First
Oh,
time.
I did. Well,
Yeah.
I might have sung Elvis.
Oh, wow.
I sing too much, and it gets carried away with me sometimes. But no, it would have to be Elvis or an Oasis song like "Slide Away." That would be my answer. Mr. Pugh, you laughed, so you go.
Ooh. I'm torn
you
between.
nervous?
Mine isn't so like. I can see what he's mouthing. Mine that'd be too. I like a bit of rap god. I know it's not a typical karaoke song, but I just like to flex.
You like to
rap.
show off, yeah.
And
How fast you can say it.
And I like a bit of Sam Fender.
Yeah,
17 Going Under specifically.
yeah. You've
Like-
sung that quite a lot.
Oh, it's my favourite song.
Yeah.
It's just the line, "Can he chant that?" It's just,
That's the only reason
it's
why
just
it's
so
your favourite
funny
song.
to me. I, like,
That one lyric.
no, but I love the Geordie accent as well. I think it's one of my favourite
You don't have to
accents
sing
in
the
the
entire
world.
3 minutes though. If you want to just say that word, you can.
Yeah, but then I'm
There's
just
no-
going to be silent there for the rest of the song, and it's going to be
I'm joining in too, you know
"Can he
me.
chant that?" And
If
then,
there's a song I know, I always join in. Like that one I always join in on. Because he's like, oh, I can't watch
we were in Live Lounge, and he recorded me singing this, just mouthing the one word.
James,
Well, I've got many options. Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
No, Harry Styles.
Why? Did you just like him as his personality, like his songs?
He's a handsome man.
Just a handsome man.
No,
Yeah.
I love his music.
That's Matt Smith, Harry Styles. You've called handsome men today.
You think I'm gay, wouldn't you?
Harry Styles, he's a good looking man. I remember he came to me once and he was like, "How do you look so?"
He
like,
came to you?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm on about.
Right, boys, stop.
He approached me some advice on how to be a bit more good looking. And I went, you know what, Harry, I'll sort you out just because I like your songs, right?
Right.
And I just go over here, stay.
Right, the period you were banned from drinking. Oh, I've dropped all the cards. Right, Jack and James, the last two. Go on.
I haven't given my answer yet.
Oh, you haven't? I'm so
No.
sorry.
Oh,
I'm so
You know
sorry.
what? I
Behaviour from
guess I'll
everyone.
just leave.
No, go on, answer your question. Answer your question.
Jeez.
James, did you take to answer the question quickly?
yeah.
Quickly. You all had time to give your answer.
He's being sexist.
I
God.
know.
I'm going to get 2 slaps after this
We're
now.
trying not to get cancelled.
Yeah, no. Go on, karaoke.
Right. I would sing anything Britney Spears. Do you know why? Because I know most songs and most of the lyrics to those songs. Not only that, but depending on who you're singing with, it gets everyone up, everyone singing, and it's just a whole vibe. Either that or cheesy 90s pop songs. Do you know why?
Anything specific?
Because they're like Saturday Night or something like that, you know. Like it gets you in the mood, you know. I think that's a good song. And I know you're not really listening.
I know, no.
So you can move on.
I'm thinking of like, in my head, it sounds quite evil. And they're like, it would be quite funny if regardless, I just bleep all this out anyway and we just moved on. The regardless, it would have been funny in my head. That's going to stay in.
Right.
Quick, move on, Jack, move on.
Oh. What are your 3 biggest fears?
Oh, the biggest fears.
I'm not scared of nothing. No, mine. I want. One fear is not like necessarily like. I think a fear would be like losing a family member, I suppose. The other one's just like. Things that make me like unsettling, like moths.
Yeah.
I like moths.
You like
Yeah.
moths?
I wouldn't kill them. I just don't like them. And tight spaces and very claustrophobic.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
you
like, I don't like
you
small
don't like the
spaces.
lift. Yeah.
Why are you looking at me when you say tight spaces and start laughing? Am I a tight space?
Yeah. Go on, James.
Jesus
3 things
Christ,
that make
Christ.
you... 3 fears, James.
3 fears. Go.
3 fears. Not being loved.
Oh, James.
Not being loved. Like you could say in general. That's.
Oh.
But like finding someone, like
I think
finding.
you that do deeper than you.
Finding,
falling.
Yeah.
eventually find like a girlfriend sort of thing.
Oh.
Because it feels like everyone my age has been in a relationship and I haven't. Don't know, I know people haven't as well, but it's like
Oh,
it's
do
still
you
that
need a
thing.
hug, man?
I know.
Give him a hug, Jack. Look after him. Look after him there.
That's 1. 2, people unnecessarily disliking you.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
I'll double
But
you
they
on that.
Yeah.
they got themselves a really like a reason and like they feel so passionate about it. It's like, well, girl, it's completely invalid. So
Oh, my. Ooh.
shut up.
I love the full chest
And then
confidence as well.
Number 3.
You took no gaps in that.
Number 3. What is number 3?
Just tell me, number 3. What would you have? Number 3.
Losing my mum.
Losing your mum. That's a sad. Yeah.
Losing my
Oh,
mum.
that's a sad one.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
sad.
What about you then?
Is he?
So you don't wanna
I don't want
cut
to skip you this time. No, I'm right.
it out? So my big major one, since we're all giving deep answers as well, is dying. I don't know why. Like even people talking about it, like it sends me into a panic. Like even now I'm feeling myself getting worked up over it. And I don't know why. It just panics me. Like I'm just like, why? Like there's too many questions to ask and it's too overwhelming.
Yeah, I get you.
Second one is dolls. But not Bratz dolls or Barbie dolls.
But just dolls in
like
general.
like
yeah,
dolls,
they're
like
creepy.
you know, like the China dolls and that, like the sort of plastic, not plastic, the
Porcelain.
yes, porcelain
Yeah,
dolls.
porcelain
Annabelle.
dolls.
It started because my gran, bless her, gave me 2 porcelain dolls that were fairies, and I had a nightmare that I was climbing up the stairs, running away as they were trying to kill me. And since then, that has just been my massive fear.
Wow.
I had to get rid of them.
Do you still own them? You got rid of
No,
them?
I gave them to my mum, and I
Oh.
don't know what she's done with them.
What if they're just like missing now?
Let's
They're, like-
not.
Yeah, all right.
Let's
Just because you third one, before I scare you.
Third one, robots.
Yeah.
But robots that look human-like, but then also robots that like built like a human but
Yeah.
look like robots.
Like Megan, the film that's just come out recently.
Similar to that, yeah. Like and you know, like the robots in iRobot with Will
I was just going to
Smith?
say, yeah, you bought
Those. Oh, fuck no. You know how people like now are like, yeah, let's get robots to do all the cleaning for you.
No.
Fuck off. No, you're not just inviting robots in to kill you. And then when people are like, oh, but we've trained them so they can't, kill. They malfunction. Technology malfunctions every day.
Have you not seen Terminator?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you not seen Terminator? Have you not seen iRobot? Will Smith, he warned us for a reason.
Yeah.
And now we're bringing them into our homes? Nuh-uh. That, ooh, I can't. Also,
Genuinely serious about this. It's like,
Yeah. You're trying to rant about these robots. This is
like the puppet dolls from Toy Story 4?
wow.
Like, I genuinely sat in the
Oh,
cinema
yeah.
and I hid the entire time.
They are actually creepy.
Because I could not watch it.
It's just
With
funny
the
you got the
chat teeth.
contrast.
Yeah.
You got the contrast of them. And you got
Ventriloquist
Bunny
dolls.
and Ducky.
Yeah.
Those still
I like
two
Bunny
lots of
and
new
Ducky,
characters. Oh, I love Bunny
But
and
the other dolls, nah,
Mm.
ain't for me personally.
Mr. Farr, what's your 3 biggest fears?
I hate heights. I don't like heights.
Mm-hmm.
Also don't like the idea of similar to death, but not death. I'm okay with death. It's being forgotten over time.
Yeah,
the idea
that's-
that I could die and in a couple of years I'd be like, oh, don't worry about it. I've got nothing to my life to say that I've done anything worthwhile. So the idea of being forgotten or not doing anything worthwhile. I hate the doctors. Something about the doctors gives me the creeps. I don't know if it's the smell. I don't know if it's the idea of going to the doctors and
Like normally in like hospitals they get like cut open and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Drills and
I
stuff.
can't watch anything like Casualty or Holby
No,
City
no,
because
no,
I'll have
no.
a panic. I don't like it, so that scares me. But no, they are horrible things, and you purposely wind me up about them all. Pointing at Isabel because she'll put me on the big wheel on in Winter Wonderland, or she'll comment on how I should go see the doctor all the time. She's trying to set me up. She wants me to have a panic.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Evans.
Mr. Evans, final one.
I love the squiggly. What is your one regret in life and why?
Oh, that's another depressing one.
I swear these have got actually got really depressing.
I missed the Minecraft block.
Jesus.
One regret in life.
That's one of my regrets. Jesus. No, I used to get called Jesus.
Why on earth were you called Jesus?
I don't know if I've told you this.
I know you're like,
Yeah,
like,
this is
I know
the
you're
most
10
random
foot
thing you've
tall.
ever
No,
said.
it's in year
Yeah.
7. Like, these older kids, like, oh, what's your name? About the same name, and they're like, Jesus. I'm like, what? Like, I didn't get to finish my sentence of saying James. They're like, Jesus. And I just kept getting called Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've never told us this story because...
No, I don't know.
Jesus,
I've got many names.
Oh,
Jesus, Birdie, Hightower, Jimbo, Jevons. Goes on and on.
Jesus.
Jesus is so out of place compared to all of those.
Yeah.
I think Birdie
It's
is
a bit,
too.
it's a bit blasphemy though, James. That's
Sorry.
you've annoyed the religious
Sorry.
viewers now
Sorry
as
to
well.
anyone who's
Yeah.
religious.
My ex will be calling up.
Good. Okay. More regret in life and why? Just saying that. No.
I know for a fact you've probably got loads. Even like today, have you done anything that's...
Not believing in myself enough,
Oh.
sort of thing. And I think I mentioned it earlier though, so it may be copy and paste, but
It's all right. We'll allow it. I'm concerned that you might actually break down. So
really,
yeah.
I don't look
Yeah.
sad right now.
All of your answers have been quite depressing. Are you okay?
I'm not normally like this, either, am I?
I'm reaching out to you now. Are you okay?
I'm not like
Yeah,
this.
it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Okay. Isabel, would you like to go next?
Yeah.
Big regret.
Why'd you just come near and closer
Yeah,
to me,
just go on.
staring
That's the
me
question. What
down?
do you regret?
For context,
Say
he's
me and
right
what
next to
happens?
Isabel, and his face is going like.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like? They can't see you. You can't just say they're going close to a like. They're not gonna.
It's funny, Evan. Allow
They're not
it.
going to see you.
Laugh, Evan.
Laugh. Everyone laugh.
Okay, my it's not my biggest regret, but it's like one of my main ones. Is just so with my past relationship, we'd broken up, and then we'd gone through this weird period where I thought we were getting back together, and he had no intention of getting back together. And every time I'd message, I'd end it with like I love you, and he'd say I love you too, and then it was only. This went on for a week. So the final day, I said to him, like, why are you saying all of this? And then just, not doing anything. And then that was when he was like, I think we should move on and see other people. So he was basically using me for a week. And probably took pleasure out of doing that because he is quite...
It's addictive.
Yeah. And my biggest regret is not cutting it off when I did.
Oh.
And keeping it on.
You don't deserve
Thank
that.
you for honest.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
don't deserve him putting you around. No one does.
Thank
so.
you. Yeah.
There was a Lego set I used to want a couple of weeks ago. That was a big regret of mine. Yeah, that was a good Lego set as well. A regret. Do I have any regrets? Yes. Not continuing with my football as much is probably like a big one. Maybe if I kept that up, I would have been quite cool. Not cool as in like, I would have been happy. I don't know. Alternatively, deciding to watch the Wales game rather than going back with Isabel to go and see a gran afterwards. That's a regret I have. No, those are probably the two I have. Mr. Pugh, you can...
One regret. Mine's not as deep. I'm not saying. I just wish I played rugby.
Yeah.
It was just one of them games I'd love to do now, but as a kid I never want to. As a kid I hated sports. I never liked sports. I was a gaming kid. I hated sports.
It's funny how you mention that and how Evan mentions football as well, because I kind of regret to that as well. I kind of regret not playing rugby for longer. Because I only lasted one game. Because I broke my arm and I just was like, yeah, fuck this shit, I'm not doing it ever again. Until school came along, I was like, and then when Evan mentioned football, you wish you did it for longer. I wish I did it for less time.
Yeah.
I wish I quit football sooner.
Wow. Why's that? Just
because I
Took
always
up too much of your
felt
time?
like the odd one out
Mm.
in my team.
Oh.
I felt like the shit one.
Aww.
I was always on the bench, and I just like as simple as something like a keepy uppy I'd struggle to do,
yeah.
and everyone else didn't.
Mm.
But I still went there day in, day out, like every Monday or Thursday, whenever the training was, and every Saturday I'd turn up.
What position were you?
Near the end, striker.
Oh.
Did I score many goals? No. But did I score a hat trick by deflecting a ball off my balls? Yes, I did.
But did you have fun?
Yeah.
With that, yes, I did. I
So you
had
tell
fun
me
most of the time,
had
yeah.
Yeah, so that's our regrets.
That's it. That's all our
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
However,
So, go on, however.
I was just going to say, next week, it won't be as depressing next week, I promise.
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll,
That was an emotional roller coaster. So I promise it'll cheer up from here.
Yeah.
It will only go up. Isabel, as you were saying, what's...
I was just going to introduce the next
You go.
segment.
You introduce the next segment.
So basically, the next one is the guys will be discussing the new Mandalorian trailer, season 3. And I'm going to take a backseat because I'm not one for Star Wars. And I don't know enough about it to talk on it. So if you hear nothing from me, that's why.
Yeah.
However,
What I
take
will
it
say
away.
is I will put a little annotation on what you're looking at now, or just skip ahead 5 minutes or so, and we'll be on a different topic. All right. However, this is the Star Wars segment of the conversation. So, Mandalorian trailer. Have you both seen it?
Yes.
You both like it?
What
First
sort
thing
of
I
question
watched.
is that?
I think it looks elite.
Yeah.
already.
You enjoy it. Yeah. What?
I liked it, but
But
Oh.
I don't know. It's a nice little trailer.
Mm.
It wasn't anything like, oh yay, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Do you think it's going to not be as hyped up as we're all expecting, or is it just?
No, I think it's gonna be high. I think it's gonna be good.
Did you feel? Do you mean like you felt underwhelmed when watching.
A little bit, yeah. Like there could be more to it. It's short, wasn't it? It was like 1:40.
Yeah.
Definitely a little bit longer. But maybe it made it that short because there's so many surprises.
Yeah, that's the
And
idea.
it's kind of a good thing now it's this short because they don't want to give away too much. Because
Yeah.
trailers have got a big problem
Yeah.
with revealing way too much.
Yeah.
And I will give it to that one. It doesn't.
No, not at all. And I think that's a good thing because I think it's the same footage we keep seeing. I think we've only seen
Yeah.
2 new scenes in that new trailer, which is the one I was going to talk about is the Order 66 scene that was briefly shown.
Was
That's-
that a replay from Book of Boba
I-
Fett?
No. It's,
I
like,
think it's a different one.
I looked at like.
I think it's the one that takes place after.
Yeah, there's
what we
there's
saw.
a door. The Book of Boba one is like there's no door. It's just the hallway. When I
The
was
fact
when
you've
there's a door.
analysed it.
Yeah.
No, but I remember. But what I find interesting about this one scene is it just going to be another quick couple second flashback, or do you think it's going to be a fully fledged out?
I think it'll
about,
be.
How Grogu escaped.
I think it'll be a flashback, but I think it'll be longer, like 15 minutes or so. Somewhat like a show who saved Grogu, I hope, and what happened to him to make him end up as a prisoner. To be...
I like earlier. I was thinking of after watching that scene, and then you Evan, you said about who saved Grogu maybe
Yeah.
or so. Part of me thought, what if it was a clone who
Yeah.
just saw like this little baby, alien outside the temple? I thought, get him away from all these Jedi, because at that point the clones thought they were like these evil beings. And then I thought Grogu wouldn't end up in the situation he was in Mando, in like some backstreet alley, I feel like he would have gone straight to like the official medical bay or something.
Yeah, he would have done something about
So
it.
part of me hope I wanted to be a Jedi
Yeah.
to save them. I think a random civilian would be too underwhelming for me.
Yeah, it's
personally.
got to be a big name.
Even if it's a Jedi that we learn more of, like
Yeah.
a new Jedi they introduce. If it's a random civilian, I'm going to be a bit like, okay, that's not as cool of
It's
a
hyped up
backstory
as-
as I thought it
yeah.
was going to be. Considering it's been a big alluding thing, Ahsoka first mentioned it, someone saved him.
Yeah.
Luke said in Book of Boba, do you want to remember? So it's clearly someone big.
Yeah.
But we just got to
Yeah.
see.
Well, obviously it won't happen, but what if it turns out that Anakin, because it was it was the 501st that
Yeah.
was storming after. So do you reckon we'll see a bit of Anakin maybe, or
I
Darth Vader at this point?
I wouldn't be against seeing Anakin. I mean, even if it's like brief, like it was in the Kenobi show, like we
tiny.
see him, battling Cinderella, because we see, people thought Cinderella was in the Book of Boba flashback, but it was revealed that it weren't.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to just see him sort of marching along. And that would confirm that Grogu saw Anakin I know that's cool. It's just cool to me.
Something else that we spotted in the trailer is the idea that there obviously are a lot more Mandalorians in this.
I like that.
I
they are-
can't wait to see what they're going to
Do
do.
you think they'll have a new Mandalorian war for power?
I think so, because
Bo-Katan versus Jin Djarin.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a war, and I know someone who's definitely going to be on the enemy side.
Yeah.
Well, two. Well, on Bo-Katan's side, if she's I know a lot of people putting her in a position she might be a villain.
100% she'll be a villain.
I want to believe that, but part of me thinks at some point they'll only be enemies briefly, and then they'll have to form a union of a friendship. But there's two people I think are definitely going to be villains.
Yeah.
Paz Vizsla, the
Obviously,
machine
yeah,
gun.
the
I
big
think
heavy
he's
gun.
definitely going to turn against the armor.
Yeah.
And remember in Mando season 2 where Bo-Katan, I think is Kiaska, the other female Mandalorian,
Yes,
Koska
the
Reeves,
two ones that meet, yes.
and the male Axe Wovis. He wasn't there in the Mando season 2 finale.
No?
It was only Koska Reeves.
Yeah.
So what if he disbanded because he was about the Night Owls or something, and in a I think as a set image there was a leak. It's loads of Mandalorians wearing the same armor as Axe Wovis.
Yeah.
So what if he ditched them and thought, no, we're not helping this Mandalorian. So another civil war kind of.
I hope there is a civil war. And a question I have for you is, you had one in Boba Fett. You had a big cameo from Luke, or he was in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, end of Mandalorian season 2, you had Luke. You also had Ahsoka in Boba Fett, and you also, in the newest Obi-Wan. Obviously, you had loads of Jedi. Darth Vader, was a massive one that would have been in there.
Yeah.
Leia, Luke, you had all of them in there. So, do you think they will continue down the path of having a returning character.
Yes.
A big name?
Yes.
Would you reckon?
Well, I saw something on YouTube, you know, when they like your thumbnails and it just says a character name. Don't know how they pulled that out. They said Thrawn.
Yeah.
Thrawn popped up.
Yeah. He'll be in Ahsoka.
Yeah, we know that. I think that's one of the big theorized things about him being in Ahsoka, which makes sense. Considering her last line in season 2 was,
I'm going to find the way forward.
Does this link to Ahsoka at all? Because maybe near the end it does.
I wouldn't be against that.
I wouldn't be against it, but I'm also don't want them to link.
What Mando season 3 can do
Yeah.
alongside the main story, connect the bridge between the originals and the sequels.
Yeah.
Because we're already seeing Mando being chased by TIE fighters, so we know that this is more Imperial remnants. We know Moff Gideon is returning.
Yeah.
So I want to see more First Order action.
First Order.
And if we're going to see someone big, I kind of want to see maybe a young General Hux.
Yeah.
As a kid, maybe. And his father, because we know his father was a massive thing in, the old Empire.
Snoke?
Snow, yeah, I definitely want to see more Snow. I feel like his story definitely needs to be way more developed.
Fleshed out, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see a New Republic. Maybe a young Han Solo, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, he runs into him and we see the Millennium Falcon, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, would he be young? He would still be
I think,
mid-aged between now and there, because...
I think Mando Season 3 takes place, I want to say 5 to 6 years after...
Return of the Jedi.
Which is 6 ABY, I believe.
Yeah.
So he'd still be quite young. So that'd be cool to say, or maybe even a young Kylo Ren. Imagine we see obviously CGI. We'd have Leia, Han, and a baby, which would soon be Kylo Ren.
Yeah. Leia turning up at the Jedi Temple that was being built.
Yeah. Because we know that Kylo Ren was born, I think, on the day
the Empire was destroyed, wasn't it?
Yeah, on the day.
It might have been conceived. It was the...
Or something like that. They had a galactic concordance, which was a contract to end the war after the Battle of Jakku, and I think he was born on that day.
Okay.
Because by the time of the sequel, he's 30, and obviously that's 30 years after. So I'm just taking a big guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
What about then? If we assume that's going to happen, and we do assume there is going to be a cameo, what I need to be mentioned is Maul. Maul has not been mentioned. He was the one who brought the fall of Mandalore.
Yeah,
he was the one who destroyed Mandalore, and he hasn't been name dropped. Even Bo-Katan was next to him during the entire thing, and she hasn't gone.
What's the idea as well? They were setting something up in Solo with him and Crimson Dawn.
Unfortunately, I know he's dead at this point because obviously Obi-Wan killed him in Rebels. So he'll be gone now.
I want them to do something though. That was just cool set.
I would like to see obviously we see Sindari City where all the Mandalorians, big dome is destroyed. I want to see a flashback of maybe Bo-Katan looking out the window. The camera pans across his face and it's all rebuilt and there's all Mandalorians standing you got Maul sitting on the throne talking about stuff. And then it ends, and then maybe because the armor has little spikes on her helmet, so I thought, maybe she might have been an ex-Maul Shadow Collective.
Yeah,
that would be cool to see.
Well, Maul was going to be the villain of the sequels.
Yeah,
originally George Lucas said that Darth Maul was going to be the main villain,
and he was going to have a Twi'lek apprentice.
Yeah, he was.
Darth Talon.
He was, yeah, but they scrapped it obviously for the new ones when Disney took over.
Yeah.
However, it would have been interesting to see where they played on that after Solo.
It would be, to me, that's interesting because imagine Maul die, because I think there's a big 67 years between Phantom Menace and Rise of Skywalker. Imagine the first villain we're probably introduced to is the big bad right at the very end.
Yeah, right.
Because Maul is the first Sith they've all seen, and imagine he's the last one they defeat.
Yeah.
That would have been so sick.
And the first one they see, the last one they kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it loops it together. That's a good point.
Full circle.
Yeah. I also want to keep note that Mandalorian ties the same time as the new Star Wars game comes out. Do you reckon that's a coincidence?
Yeah, I think it's a coincidence.
If it was not as close, I'd be maybe it was just a schedule thing. But they're releasing too close for it to just we didn't have time to wait. So maybe there'll be some connections.
Maybe because I know for a fact that the game they said big characters will be in there.
Which I'm glad with because I like seeing all the old characters.
Yeah, before. So it could genuinely be. When does it take place? Because Darth Vader is obviously alive at that point. So it's more the case that it would have taken place right after 60, or like a couple of years after 66.
I think it's like 10 years afterwards.
Okay, yeah. So you could see Obi-Wan. You could see...
Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen these Draig in Fallen Order. There's you can see a holocron being played of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I don't know where you find it, but you can.
Okay, nice.
I can't imagine Jedi Survivor taking place much longer, but we know he looks way stronger than before.
Yeah, you could see that with the idea that there are multiple abilities that you could, what do you call it, pick from. You have the, obviously, push. The one I liked was a drag where you could pull, and they were going. So it's the idea he has learnt from the last. It's how does it say it takes place right after, or is it quite a while?
I want to say maybe like a couple of years, maybe a year or two. I want to say any longer than 3.
Okay, and they are 3 years. Yes, because in the trailer it showed who was the guide, the one who used to be a Jedi who no longer refuses to use the Force.
The Night Sister.
No, the one who trained Cal.
Sia.
She's in there, and she looks to be in some sort of not council, but like we know where the archives are.
Yeah.
In like an archive-related room. So maybe, fingers crossed. I know Mandalorian is taking place on Coruscant. Maybe they went to Coruscant too.
Maybe.
Jedi Survivor. That would be an interesting thing to see. But no, James, have you got any more Star Wars chat? It could be about the Bad Batch. It could be about... you haven't even watched the Bad Batch, have you?
No,
not yet.
Jack hates me for that.
Yeah, I know, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Interested.
Yeah, it's good. You got Cody, he's come back.
Yeah, I know.
We've got to watch the episode that was released yesterday.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
However,
released tomorrow.
So today?
Wednesday tomorrow.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, might be incorrect. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's disappointing. No. Anyway, no Star Wars chat.
No,
we ended it there. We ended it there. Next week we will discuss the new Bad Batch thing, regardless on if James likes it or not. Right. So we'll swiftly move on. Topic number 2. So this is a topic that James himself came up with earlier this morning, called chat shit. Was his words? Chat shit. So what it is the first thing that comes into our head, we will just talk about. It could be anything. So whoever just mentions a topic. Go on. Come on.
Well, challenge shit. I like the way that it's just you're in bed and you just get those weird thoughts.
Right.
Well, that sounded stupid.
Right. What are you thinking in bed, Jack?
I'm when you question things. And
No. What are you thinking about in bed, Jack?
I'm questioning stuff. I'm like the other day I talked about where the surnames come from. Like why year did surnames come in?
Named after your profession.
Yeah. Like Baker and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it was also other ones. I was like, trying the fact that before you were conceived, you
didn't exist.
Yeah, no, it's just weird to think that it's how does the brain first start? But it's just stuff like that. How the beginning of stuff really is in my brain all the time.
See, that's what happens to me. And then when I think about death, that's what goes through my head. And then I'm like...
Existential crisis!
It's just, it's just that, and the idea that, I know space related again, but, the fact that there could be another, civilization out there that don't know we exist.
Could, yeah. I like the filter theory is a good one to look at.
Filter theory?
Yeah, it's just the idea that there are certain options on if the idea of life, we could be the last ones.
Or the
first ones, and there's no way of sort of determining that. We could be the first ones, but there could be millions of years between us and a new civilization, because they might not even been created yet, or they might just still be bacteria that is still growing, same as ours did.
Yeah.
Or we could be at the end, which we are the last extinct ones, because everyone else, same as our own planet, is slowly being destroyed because of our own ideas. So it's the idea that there is no way to determine if we are at the end or the start of time.
Look into that in Avatar.
Do they?
The Earth's dying.
Is that what's on your head?
And that's why they go into Pandora to be nasty and kill the Na'vi and take all their resources.
Wow. Explain the plot of Avatar to me.
Well, when I say Avatar, I mean Avatar 2.
Wow, I haven't seen
The
that
Way
yet.
of Water.
I haven't seen that yet.
The Way of Water.
Jay, what's on your head? Think of something random.
Well, chatting shit in general. That's what I mean by chatting shit in general is the fact that people feel the need.
You feel a need
to
to
talk random nonsense. I do anyway.
Do you think that's an insecurity?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I just waffle on.
Yeah.
for no reason. Like, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah,
you could
you are.
say like podcasts in general are kind of like that,
Yeah.
but they're entertaining, so why not?
They are
'cause
entertaining,
You, like,
yeah.
you come
Yeah.
up with things like, and people like, I want to hear you think, oh, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's so much an insecurity as much as it's like a way to stop feeling a certain way.
Yeah,
Like if you're awkward and then no one else is reacting. Like I've done it with you a few times where I'll talk about something serious or something that I'm passionate about, and you'll give the look that you're giving now, which is like I'm not really listening, but go on. And then I get awkward then and I start rambling, and then it turns into a whole bunch of
other
nothing.
stuff.
Well, I tell you what's weird. So I'll go around and I'll ask. So I'll go to the boys first because you've already answered. So James, in terms of in your head,
Yes.
do you have a voice? You know, like a narrator sort of vibe.
Yeah.
A narrator in your head. So if you were talking, would you have a narrator just saying what you do? So, for example, in your head, now, if you went to go pick up your phone that's on the desk, would the narrator be like, James picked up his phone?
No.
Or would you see anything in there? Or is it just sort of the idea of just...
No, I would. I
nonsense?
don't feel like I'm like, oh, I did this, I did that, I did that. I've got something with me that where I do need to plan things on the
Yeah.
end. Like there's a conscious.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Is
I
it
need to
like
do this,
a-
I need to do that.
Is it like your
That's it.
voice talking to you about stuff you need to do?
Yeah, sort of thing. And
Yeah.
sometimes stuff that doesn't need to be saying, like, well, nah, stop thinking
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's so daft.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
so
you're
you
being silly.
yeah.
Mm.
So
and you
you
just want to
hear
slap
a
yourself
voice.
out of it, sort of thing.
Yeah. What about you?
I do it. My voice in my head is my voice.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking in my head, it's like it's my tone, it's my pitch, it's everything.
Hmm.
Because I feel like it'd be weird if it wasn't.
Feels
Yeah.
completely separate.
Yeah, imagine.
And
Separate
Evan?
thing.
I do, but I'm a bit of a weirdo, as you said earlier. I also see numbers and everything in my head, as Isabel said,
Yeah.
that I'm a bit weird for. So yes, I would have like a narrator being like that, but then I'd also have sort of, if like calculations or anything, like numbers would just come into my head for no reason at all, and then I'll sit there for no more entertainment. I'll just be doing times tables in my head for more just like weird.
Because
situations.
apparently
Oh God, here we go.
there are people on this earth that don't have like a narrator sort of voice, so they don't have their own voice in their head. They genuinely, so like best example I can give to help explain this is, you know, when you're reading a book,
Yeah.
do you just see the font on the page, or do you read it in your head?
I read it in my head.
I have images. Like I try to I
Interesting.
Yeah.
make it like the same with like listening to audio book. You try to image what the story looks like.
Yeah, because
Sort
I
of
do
thing.
that, but I also have my voice in my head telling me, like, say, and on this day I did this, this, and this. Like, if I'm reading my book,
Yeah.
there are some people that will just read the book and just see the text.
No, that's
I
so
read it,
like
try and see
Yeah.
characters.
But I have it in my head,
That's too
yeah.
robotic to me.
Yeah,
That's like
they don't read it in their head. They don't have like their voice or like a
Mhm.
voice reading it to them.
I feel if you read it in your head, I feel like the lines become way more like impactful.
Yeah.
Like if you read a book like he shot him, and you move on, it's like oh, he shot him. You're like, oh fuck, he killed him. Like you know what I mean? Like I think it becomes a lot more emotional
Yeah.
in your mind. Like
That's what blows my mind, is that there are people out there who could come up to us and say, oh yeah, no, I don't have a voice in my head. I just see text, or I see numbers, or I just see this and that. And I'm like, how? No, I have like, sometimes I have like conversations in my head, like not in like a weird way, but like, you know, if someone comments and you think in your head, you're like, that's a bit.
do you know what?
That's rude. Shut your mouth.
Yeah,
Do you know what I felt
Don't
when
know.
you said that for some reason? Like you know when you say people done you like voices.
yeah.
And they hear noises in their mind, and I was thinking the episode from SpongeBob, you know, when Mr. Krabs is
Just
talking.
bad at each other.
No, I know when Mr. Krabs is trying to figure out
Yeah.
that song. He's like, "Do you know the song that goes beep boop bop, beep boop bop?" And he's like, "No, you think the song that goes bop boop beep boop boop bop?"
No, genuinely.
Yeah. Like, imagine that's what you like, in your head. That's
Yeah,
what you like. That'd be so fright.
Have you not done that before? Where like you've searched on Google, what song goes dun dun dun.
I
dun,
have
Yeah.
done that. Yeah, but
Like,
you were reading those words like in the tune, and all Google is reading is dun 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 dun. Like
And in reality,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
how
a-
people read it.
that's so weird to me.
Like how Google would read it, whereas instead, like, you would be reading it as like how you see the song.
Yeah.
Like,
That's mental.
and that's
To
what
me, like,
blows
that's
my
nuts.
mind. I can't.
It's like that. I know. Just that's too like, just sort of
Too
it's grey
robotic,
for me.
yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Just too like ordinary. Like, just get a voice in your head. You know, read a book with a voice in your
Become
head.
schizophrenic, everyone. become mentally tapped.
mentally tapped.
Oh no. cut.
What about you?
My random chat for the day. My random chat will be. Do you have it where you're randomly there, right, and you're just sat, and a random word will just come into your head? No.
It's a bit like
Yeah.
just making a random sound for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be some sort of problem with me, but every now and then, a word will just come into my head, right, and I'll just go, "Bang."
Yes.
And then that word just comes into my head, and I'll be saying it. It's the same process I imagine as like a song in your head. Like you get stuck
It
in
just
your
comes
day.
out of nowhere.
Yeah. So all day I'm just going bun, like throughout the entire course of the day. But no, it's just random. It could be any word. It could be like a line from a show that I just repeat, or like a random village noise. I was like, Like,
Oh.
yeah, like it makes no sense, but it is something
That's
that
a
your brain
sussy
picks
religion
up.
noise right there.
Or what?
What are you doing?
Oh.
That's not no.
Don't you approve of our noises, James?
Oh, I love a bit of noise, but that one. Just,
That's another quote from the birdie. Alright. Is there no other chat? Have we taken a wrong turn down chat lane and we are allowed to leave now, are we?
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
chat lane. So this will be the final segment now. This is our final segment.
The finale.
This will not be the Gwaint and Draig podcast unless we mentioned alcohol. So, what is everyone's alcohol choice of the week?
Ooh.
Right, what would you recommend this week, Isabel?
I mean, it's not like, high in alcohol, but it's just nice to have, especially with some ice and in a glass. VK Black Cherry.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you recommend
okay,
that?
okay.
Yeah.
Nice little alcohol.
Nice. Yeah. Look, it's not high intake. Yeah, you can drink loads. You'll be fine. Yeah. Anyone else? Got any alcohol
Birdie,
choices of the
you
week?
go because I know
A
mine.
Thatcher's Blood Orange Cider.
That's just blood orange. That's weird. That's not like
banging.
it. Yeah.
Orange. I love orange anyway, but that is so nice. Better than a chilled can. But
Yeah.
they do it in spoons, in a bottle. At the moment, it's like 2 for £5.25.
That's because he works in Spoons Point to Kill. So he loves
used to.
Yeah.
I didn't even sell it when I worked there. I know the prices because I love it. I had 4 bottles
He
of
just
it.
loves
I had
spoons.
4 bottles of a day.
It's
Banging.
Some would
works in
say it's
spoons?
just about spoon.
Birdie.
I love the
You
spoon.
work in spoons.
Birdie
What?
works in spoons.
No, I don't. I
You
used
work
to.
in- you
I
work in
used to.
spoons?
Shut
I know, I can see it.
I think you've mentioned you working in spoons at least 5 times now. That was your fun fact.
And
Let's stay with it.
I don't know on purpose. I don't know on purpose.
Say
I don't know on purpose. There's too many inside jokes in
And
me.
your second one?
What's my second one?
You said you were 2. I thought you said you were 2.
You got 2, yeah. you said you
Too
had 2.
many.
Oh,
Oh, right.
many.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
got you.
Oh,
Jack?
my-
Go on, say it. What's your favourite alcohol choice this
my
week?
favourite drink from 1366 is a Stella Artois.
The fact he's
Stella
got
Artois.
that. He's got that in his head.
I lied.
Any reason why you
Oh,
would recommend it this week?
Oh.
Why would you recommend it this week?
To me, I just think it's quite nice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's better than cider. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
cider's too sweet. If you just like a sort of mature taste.
I like my
Yeah.
Go
lager.
for Stella.
I like my lager. I like my beer, but Stella's the one thing I can't.
I feel like
touch.
Stella. Some people just can't handle it.
No,
Some
I
people
can't. I just can't
they
touch
just
it.
can't do it.
Can't
Like,
touch it. It's
I
like.
get You know, wow, he's very. He doesn't like Stella.
Mr.
No.
Farr.
My alcohol of choice will be a Gwaint and Draig. That's why you should keep listening to the podcast. You should keep
To be
listening
specific,
every week.
Gwaint to Draig, Old Crow.
Yeah, we just keep
Like
listening.
Gwaint and
You
Draig.
need it. You need it in your life. Go say it to your parents, your mum, your dad, your children.
And
Get
if
down the
anyone,
spoons right now.
and if anyone tries to tell you it's pronounced Gwaint, tell him to
Just tell
jump off the nearest bridge because
Just-
it's not right.
Send him
just
to the
tell him it's
podcast
not.
and we'll tell him truthfully. Don't you worry, the Gwaint of Draig's got your back. There's no having it. And with that is the end. That is
We've done our first
episode. Is everyone happy? Would you enjoy that?
No.
No?
No, I really enjoyed that.
You don't have to come back
I
next
enjoyed
week.
that. I enjoyed that. No, I did.
Everyone happy? Right.
Yeah, we'd
Good.
like
Happy with that, yeah.
we'd like to thank James
Yes.
for stepping in.
Stepping in.
He's been an
Merci
amazing
beaucoup.
guest star.
Yes, you have. We may have depressed you a little bit, but we're glad you came nevertheless.
It's fine. I'm going to go home and cry.
Oh.
Follow
Support
us
you.
on all our socials. Look out for the podcast when it gets uploaded to YouTube. And yeah, just do all that fun
Yeah.
stuff.
And most importantly, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Have a nice day.
Ta-ra to everyone.
To our lovely audience.